Hi, my name is Sai and welcome to Momentum. To learn more about artists' relationship with the natural world, we interviewed artist Ed Archie Noisecat about his artwork. It often begins with wood carving, before ultimately becoming works of art in glass and metal. Come along to the studio in Bremerton as we discover artist Ed Archie Noisecat. We are here today at Ed Archie Noisecat studio in Bremerton. So let's start off by answering the question, what is wood carving?
Carving. A lot of my work is based it starts out as wood carving, but I was trained as a printmaker out of art school, and so a lot of my work actually relates to making the carving the masters in such a way that when I make an impression of it or pull a mold off of it, can really capture all the detail of what I've already done. So the carving really allows me to bring the wood look into the glass aspect, medium that I work in. So they're all interrelated. I work out with a mixed media sculpture usually, so usually different techniques, different processes.
Sure, yeah, okay. Is there a message that you aim to share with your work?
Yes, usually I'm dealing with indigenous and environmental issues, usually in that order, but a lot of time my work is dealing exclusively with things such as the southern resident killer whales here in the Salish Sea. We've been on canoe journey a number of times, myself, my son, my daughter. And we were actually on the water a couple of years ago when the calf was born, stillborn, and the mother kept it aloft in the water for 17 days. So that was an incredibly moving event and time and canoe journey for all of us. So the whole time we were out there, we were praying for not only that mother, but the baby that was gone and all, and the generations to come. I mean, that's one of our largest worries here in this area is the destruction of the salmon runs, which leads to the thinning of our killer whale population and so on. I mean, the oceans are going to be practically empty in no time. So it's a big problem.
Yeah, for sure. What are some things that inspire your artwork?
I am very inspired by my home people, the Statlium or the Lilwat up in British Columbia. I graduated from Emily Carr in Vancouver in 1986 and then went on to live in the States and work down here for pretty much my whole career. But as I have been working throughout my career, I've been drawn more and more closer to my home, my father's home tribe, which is the Statlium or Lilwat up in Mount Currie, British Columbia. So my work has kind of come full circle around to leaving Vancouver, leaving my home 35 years ago and living my entire career most in the States, working abroad basically, and coming back all the way around and having a one-man show up in Mount Currie this past year. I had a one-man show up there that's coming down this month, and it's unfortunate that it was during the pandemic, but I did have it. I have a catalog, and now we have that body of work plus the new work that I've been working on since that happened. So pandemics happen, but the art goes on.
What are some challenges you find about your craft? Like, what are some things that might be hard for you sometimes?
Challenges? Wow. Interesting question, because I'm challenging myself constantly. Both technically and aesthetically. I am chasing an art form that really I'm inventing as I go along,
What are some big projects that you're working on in future?
Future, it's hard to say. Right now I'm working on some projects that are pretty large scale. We're erecting a 20-foot house post up at the Squamish-Lillooet Cultural Center this month and next month. I'm working on a piece here that will be added to it. The glass mask that's on my table over there will be mounted on the front of the pole that I'm making. So that's one project. I've got a large project that I'm working out on the East Coast, which is a couple of large-scale glass pieces. They're 36 inches across, 36 inches in diameter actually. So, and that includes kiln casting and water jet cut fused glass. So it's very involved, and we're still kind of working through the imagery, the colors on that. But that'll go on into next year. And aside from that, I have clients waiting in the wings with projects, large-scale projects that are yet to be discussed, that we've done some pre-discussion on. So it's just, I'm fortunate to be well into my career, so that I have, I have a reputation and people know the quality of my work. So I'm lucky enough at this point to be able to bring in enough collectors and followers to be commissioning and purchasing the work that I do make. I mean, I understand that my works are actually quite expensive if you look at them, as far as artworks go, but when you see the amount of work and time that's involved in actually just creating one piece, you'll understand why I'm at where I'm at.
Thanks for watching. To learn more about artist Ed Archie Noisecat, visit ednoisecat.com or find him on Facebook and Instagram. See you next time as we discover more about art here in the Puget Sound region.